Hey, so you may remember a while back, maybe you saw a video where I made this piece for a futon that see if we can get it to focus, that was requested, and I talked about what a great success it was. I made all these tune-ups, and the part came out great. Well, it turns out not so much. It was too big, and you could see it holding it up next to the actual part that goes in the futon. I don't know if I talked about this at all, but it's noticeably bigger in every dimension. The ID, the OD. I don't know if it was taller. I think it was the right height, but everywhere else it was bigger. And at the time, I had no idea why, because I just used some calipers to measure the thing, and you just plug in the numbers and hit print. So I had no idea. Eventually, I figured out it was because my printy here, was not properly calibrated. So I had to calibrate the X and Y axes. And you do that by going into the code on the software and you say, okay, these are stepper motors and it's doing, well, that's not one of the axes, but anyway, it's doing this many steps per millimeter. So what you do is you get a ruler, you say go 5 millimeters, and you see how far it actually goes. And then from there, you can adjust the steps per millimeter until it's coming out correct. So, had to tune those down a bit, and now it's printing a little more accurately. So now I've got blue filament now, and so here's some future attempts at the part. It's harder part to print than you think. So, very first problem, I think it was this one. Since this nut rattles around a little bit, so I thought, okay, perfect. When I shrink it down, it'll just be a snug fit. Well, not so much. It didn't fit at all. And this stuff does not give. It is not going anywhere. So there's just absolutely no way to get in it, so I canceled the print. Next attempt was this guy. This one, same problem. I bumped up the size of this hex cutout here, but not enough. So the nut did fit, but barely. And so I kind of just had it jammed in there, and then the printer was trying to print around it, and it was bumping into it, and you can kind of see all this gnarled mess. There we go. That was the result of that, and at the time I was just like, what's going on? I don't know what to do. But it finished printing, and came out with this part, and I thought, alright, looks great. Well, it doesn't look great, but it finished. So I go to put it in, and you can also see another problem I'm having is it's a little slanted. And that's going to be a big problem. Well, maybe not so much. I probably just need to tighten up the belts. I've got the one tensioner on the x-axis at least. On the y-axis, I kind of just did this. I threaded it down the length of the screw. So maybe just by turning that screw it'll tighten it. But anyway. So it's slanted. So anyway, so I go to put it in the futon and kind of jam it in there, and it fits, but not great. And I thought, well, maybe I should try to rotate it or something. So I go to pull it out, and it just rips in half instantly. Just totally destroyed it. So I'm like, oh, great. So that was a disaster. Catastrophic failure. We'll have to write up an NC for that guy. He was broken. So that's that. I did the last print just now, and let's see if we can go take a look. We're back. So here it is. Unfortunately, a little dark here. I've got here's the futon. It's a frame, and then the two pieces go together. It's backrest, part you sit on. So yeah, so these guys, you can see there's the actual part sitting in there, or the original part. And here's the replacement, which I jammed in there, and I got it threaded in. So that all went great. And then over here are the little grooves that it rolls in, so you can convert it from having the backrest up, and you sit and recline, and then you can put it down, and it becomes a bed. So that's that. One more thing I forgot to mention, and I kind of doubt we're going to be able to see because it's too dark. Sorry about that, but so a good idea one of my coworkers had was to make the hex shape start at the bottom and go all the way up instead of trying to pause the print halfway through and then dropping the hex in. This way you can just drop it in when it's finished And since it only needs to bolt up on this side, you can just make it circular on that side, hex on this side, and that worked great. I think, you know, pausing it in the middle is part of what made it so weak. Because when I did that previous part, I had to pause it for a really long time, and so it all cooled down, and it did not adhere well. And I am still actually pretty concerned that the same thing is going to happen here. It just does, I'm just not convinced by its shear strength, and I think it needs to have pretty good shear strength around this this spacer, this sort of flange in the middle. So I'm a little worried about that, but what's the worst that could happen? You're going to be sitting in it, and it's going to fall, and you're going to fall on your ass, and I guess you'll have nobody to sue but me, so, you know, no big deal there, I guess. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I guess I'm going to try to set it up here, and, yeah. Well, we'll see if it actually works or if it just instantly breaks again. And if it does break again, you know what? Maybe I'll just have to buy another one of these. Maybe these are just the way to go. This is just something that a 3D printer can't fix. I shouldn't give up that easy. Alright, we'll see. Ta-da! Futon success. Throw pillow success. Yeah. I have sit on it. Did not destroy me. Don't think you'll be able to see the piece in there, but it's sitting in there. Looking good. So, yeah. I guess that all worked out. Space Fox looks on, protecting me as always. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. So today, June 18th, actually was National Maker Day for the first time ever. And yeah, you can make stuff and have fun with it and actually sort of help out around the house. So thanks for watching, guys.